So today we're going to be talking about antisocial personality disorder. And contrary to popular belief, antisocial personality disorder has absolutely nothing to do with a person feeling anxious or not wanting to socialize with others and preferring to withdraw. So it has nothing to do with socialization. Antisocial personality disorder is a disorder that is characterized by dangerous patterns of behaviors that are referred to as sociopathic or psychopathic. Generally speaking, a personality disorder is a maladaptive pattern of behaviors and relating that is consistent across all situations in a person's life, such as in relationships, at work, school, social functioning, and even their sense of self. Something's considered a personality disorder because of the long-standing stability of these traits. So they're not changing over time. They're stable, and that's what makes them a personality disorder. In this video, I will be talking about what antisocial personality disorder is and the symptoms. And I'm going to even name a few people that you might have heard of that have this disorder at the end of the video, so please stay tuned. But first, I want to welcome you to my channel. My name is Micheline. I'm a licensed therapist, and I post videos weekly on Mondays and Wednesdays about mental health topics, so please make sure you hit the subscribe button and introduce yourself in the comments below. I'd love to get to know you as well. And if you're coming back to my channel and you're enjoying my content, I want to thank you so much for your continued support. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment in the box below. A person with antisocial personality disorder, or ASPD, often feels little or no empathy towards other people and doesn't see the problem in bending or breaking the law for their own needs, wants, and benefits. However, a person with ASPD can be charming and even fake empathy to gain trust and the empathy of other people. They do this in order to be let off the hook, and then they continue about their ways. According to the DSM-5, features of antisocial personality disorder include the following. So it's described as a pervasive pattern of disregard for and violation of the rights of others since at least 15 years of age, as indicated by 3 or more of the following symptoms. So the first one is failure to conform to social norms concerning lawful behaviors, such as performing acts that are grounds for arrest. The second one is deceit and repeated lying, uses of aliases or conning others for pleasure or personal profit. The third one is impulsivity or failure to plan. Then we have irritability and aggressiveness, and often with physical fights or assaults. Reckless disregard for the safety of self or others. Consistent irresponsibility, failure to sustain consistent work behavior or honor monetary obligations. And most importantly, lack of remorse or being indifferent or rationalizing having hurt, mistreated, or stealing from others. So the individual has to be at least 18 years of age to be diagnosed with ASPD, and there should also be evidence of conduct disorder, typically with onset before age 15. So the occurrence of antisocial behavior is not exclusively or during schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. So again, this cannot be due to these other disorders. Due to the nature of these symptoms, many people expect people with ASPD to appear creepy or look dangerous. But really, someone with ASPD can be extremely charming, as it's actually really helpful for them in carrying out their plans for manipulating and getting others to trust them. That way they can get away with the rule breaking. So in order to be able to exploit other people and be able to manipulate someone, you have to have some sort of ability to connect with others. You have to know them on some level, and the person has to have some level of trust in order to give you things. And that's where the charm comes in with people with ASPD. One thing to keep in mind is that people with ASPD lack remorse. So although they may look empathetic and do all of these nice things initially, many people can be manipulative and they try to get their way to benefit themselves, and when they do that, they feel no remorse, whereas a normal person that would do that would feel no remorse, and they might feel guilty for their actions. However, a person with ASPD doesn't feel that at all. but they can fake it in court. So if they do get caught and they're being tried for a crime because they understand that it will help their case, they will cry or they will show remorse or apologize. So the cause of antisocial personality disorder is unknown. Genetic factors and environmental factors such as child abuse are believed to contribute to the development of ASPD. Research also shows that people with ASPD have differences in the frontal lobe of the brain, which is pretty interesting. And that's the part of the brain that plays a role in planning and judgment. People with the disorder also tend to require greater stimulation and may seek out dangerous or even illegal activities in order to raise their arousal. And they have been found to also have lower heart rates than people that don't have this disorder. So some people who you may have heard of that have ASPD, and these would be great ones to look up. The first one is Ted Bundy, and he's an infamous killer. He confessed to 30 murders in the 1970s. There's John Wayne Gacy, known as the Killer Clown, and he raped and killed 33 boys and young men in the 1970s. And the third one is Charles Manson, and he was the leader of the Manson family cult and the mastermind behind the 1969 murders at the home of Sharon Tate. There are plenty of documentaries and videos about these people. I know I watched the Ted Bundy one on Netflix, so if you haven't caught that one, it's pretty interesting. So this way you can really get into their minds and learn about like what the thought processes were and like what they were thinking and how a person with ASPD might behave. So I truly hope that you found this video informational. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time.